I'm so proud to introduce to you our roller coaster company, JCB Rides, turning your world around. Well, JCB Rides is a great company. I'm so glad that you considered us for an option for your next project. Well, you may be wondering, why JCB Rides? Why you should hire us? Well, I'm going to tell you why you should hire us. So basically, our job is to get as close to making people poop in their pants as possible, then step up ecstasy and want to go again. I mean, how fun is that? But before all that fun stuff, let me tell you a little bit about our company. JCB Rice has been in the industry for about 5 years now. It was founded by Jocelyn Cerda, our lead engineer, Carlos Gonzalez, our supervisor, and yours truly, Bianca Tafoya, your presentation manager. JCB Rice is a great company. It really gets in our blood. We are very hardworking people. As you can see here, our lead engineer working on our blueprints for your next ride.
So our roller coaster was divided into 10 sections. And first we're going to look at the first section coming from our parent function e to the x. Now the previous function was then connected to this function coming from the parent function x squared, which was a parabola. And then that same parabola was connected yet to another parabola, which is this one. From there we decided that it was better to then connect it to another parabola. And then to this parabola coming from the parent function x minus h square over a square minus y minus k square over b square equal to 1. From there our function was connected to now this half circle, which was taken from the parent function x minus h square plus y minus k square equals to r square. Then another hyperbola was added, and another parabola as well. From there we took even a larger parabola, and we finally finished with a linear equation. So now for you to get a better idea of what I was talking about, here are all our functions together. But of course we weren't going to leave it like that. So here's what's left of our functions when the limits were taken.
Hello, my name is Carlos Gonzalez and I am the lead supervisor for this project. And right now I'm going to explain the graph that we were able to come up with after applying all the equations together. If you start looking at the graph from the beginning at 0, 10, you will notice that we began the graph with a exponential function, and it is declining and it turns into a parabola. The exponential function is depicted by the green color and the parabola is depicted by the blue. The way we were able to connect the two was basically by finding a point to where the slopes were the same, and we did this throughout the whole graph just using different types of parent functions. Exponential was one, parabola was another. We even used some conic sections later on. We'll talk about that in a bit. But if you continue off the graph after the blue, you'll notice that it will turn into another parabola, which is depicted by orange, except this time it's going to be going positive. Now, after this positive parabola depicted by the orange, you will notice that there's going to be some dotted lines. Now, when we first decided to do this project, we really wanted to try making a loop for the roller coaster, and it was really hard to figure out a way to design a loop. When we first started, we tried doing the loop by designing a circle, but we quickly found out that it was almost impossible to split a circle and write an equation for half a circle and then connect it to the parts that we needed it to be so that the roller coaster forms a loop. So what our lead engineer did instead was We started off with a half a circle, which we placed on upright, and then filled in the gaps using conic sections, in this case hyperbolas, which seemed to fit perfectly with the circle that we were trying to create. So what we did was we got two different hyperbolas, and we placed them on the left side and right side of the loop so that the new graph would form a circle. So now, instead of having to write down an equation of a circle, we now were able to create our own circle using parabolas, half a circle, and then filling in the gaps with hyperbola equations. From there, we were able to continue on creating our roller coaster ride. We just finished it off with another exponential function, which decreased down into a constant line, therefore ending the ride. So if you start from the beginning, you'll see that we really tried our best making it as smooth as possible. It does seem a little steep at first, but we decided that it needed to be steep because the ride needed to build up enough speed so that it would be able to cross the loop without derailing or anything like that. Plus, we also thought it would be really nice for the customers to enjoy a nice steep ride to where they could poop their pants. If that steep drop didn't do the trick, then for sure the upcoming loop would. And I'm confident that customers will definitely remember this type of ride if they were to ever go on it.
Okay, so enough of that math. Let's get on with the funner stuff. Let's see how it's actually going to look. Now I present to you the waterfowl. You will not be disappointed. After all, life is like a roller coaster, so just live and be happy and make the right choice.